Hi. So I shared earlier this week that just the past couple weeks have been really hard for me. And last night I didn't even sleep at all. I was so in my thoughts, so thinking of how I could fix things, how I could make things better, how I could avoid situations that have happened in the last couple of weeks from happening in the future. And none of that is presence. And so, thankfully, Spirit is teaching me how to be present through this. And I'm learning what presence is via the contrast of what it isn't. So the way that I describe this for myself is the matrix is the mind, right? So, well, right for me. The matrix is the mind. It's the beliefs, it's society, it's expectations, it's shoulds, it's judgments. It's what we've created in our minds, what I've created in my mind. And in order to step out of that, I need to allow what is to be, all of it. And I need to drop into my heart space, meaning I'm not judging. I'm not up here in my head going, Julie, you shouldn't be acting like that. You shouldn't be talking like that. It's not very spiritual. Yes, all of it is spiritual. I'm human. There are people in my life who I'm not going to throw under the bus because, I do a lot of spiritual work and I'm a judger. I think it's just natural human tendency, but I'm not going to specifically throw these people under the bus to be judged. I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, well, I have family members who are, who wish that I were different, who, have these ideas that, oh, just because you've been meditating for a long time, well, that's not doing any good, Julie. You've been meditating for a long time, but you still freak out. So what? It doesn't matter. None of it matters. And what I'm slowly discovering, really slowly, I am the slowest learner. What I'm slowly discovering is it doesn't matter. There is no definition of spiritual. We're all spiritual. Eckhart Tolle is no more spiritual than I am. We're all spiritual. Now, some of us have a broader or more expanded level of awareness. That doesn't make somebody more or less spiritual. We're all human. We're all here learning, and we're all here continuing to expand. And so I don't beat myself up. I don't beat myself up for the occasional, I wouldn't beat myself up for the everyday slip up, because actually it's all as it's intended, or it wouldn't be. And on one hand, that can be disempowering if you're like, well, I'm just going to throw my arms up and let Source God do its thing. And that would be disempowering. Or, we could practice moving from the head space and into the heart space, which is what I think we're supposed to be learning at this time. So I don't know if I clarified really. I'm trying to think of what would be the most helpful way to share what I've learned. First, you have to know what presence is for you. And in order to know what presence is for you, you have to determine what it isn't. I can't determine that for you. I can't determine that for anybody other than myself. A good way to determine what presence feels like for you is to practice sitting in meditation. Ask your higher self, I want to know presence. And then wait for the lessons to be presented to you. And when you ask for lessons, at least for me, when I ask for lessons, and I have lately, sometimes it's not that easy. Now, I don't think it has to be hard. I think I actually make it hard because I think I'm super set in my ways and stubborn. But again, I'm not judging that. It doesn't matter. So figure out what presence is for you. Feel into when you're in your heart space versus your head space. And for me, anytime I'm arguing with someone, anytime I'm resisting, anytime I'm judging myself or anyone else, anytime I'm, right or wrong, good or bad, anytime I'm clinging or resisting, that's me in my headspace. And the quickest way for me to shift back into the heart space is my breath. Go back to your breath. And then for me, when I'm back with my breath, I intentionally body scan and just relax and release. I even sometimes use the mantra, allow what is to be, knowing that even if you don't like it, it's perfect. Allow what is to be, and I know that's hard. Man, if someone said that to me yesterday, I might have punched them. But allow what is to be. Release the mind. Release it. Doesn't matter. You don't need to go into the details. You don't need to tell stories. You don't need to cling or resist. Release and let go. And in letting go, that is where your freedom is. I keep pointing the finger at everybody around me. My poor mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, my husband, my sister-in-law. I'm like, you. And no, they're actually my best teachers. They've done a really good job of showing me all the ways that I've given my power away, all the ways that I haven't stood in my truth, all the ways that I haven't done what I need to do. If I'm not willing to stand in my truth, I can't expect anybody else to do that for me. If I'm not willing to defend, or not even defend because I don't need to defend, but if I'm not willing to draw boundaries for myself, that's on me. I'll do another video at another time on staying in your own lane, because I don't know about you, but I was trained to focus on how another person feels without ever focusing on my own feelings. It was always like, you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. You don't want to hurt that. That's not your responsibility. That's not my responsibility. If somebody chooses hurt feelings, they're just up in their head telling themselves stories. They need to learn presence, and you're helping them with that. But this is getting too long, and I appreciate that you've stayed this long if you're still here. So thanks. Bye.